Hi everybody, it's Heather Martin, also known as Chef Mommy. Welcome to another episode with me. Today I'm really excited. One of my friends inboxed me and said, Heather, I need a recipe for some gluten-free pancakes. And I know there are a lot of gluten-free people. Really, I should be doing more gluten-free in my home. I have a kid who has an autism diagnosis as well of all the food allergies we all have. Well, all of my kids, that is. And I know that gluten-free would be better for him, but since he had so many other food allergies, I just didn't have the heart to take away some things that he can eat. So I wasn't brave enough to start the gluten-free journey completely with him. So I'm taking baby steps in that direction to be able to include less and less wheat and gluten in his diet. So for those of you who are gluten-free, this is something that I'm trying out for the first time today. I got some gluten-free flour and I'm gonna try and use my mother's famous vegan recipe. I'm just gonna transfer it and into the regular recipe and try and see if it'll work out. If it works out, then great, and we're in there. And the one thing extra that I'm going to add to it, because my friend, shout out to Cicely, who inboxed me and asked me for this recipe, she also said, listen, my kid eats a ton of pancakes every day, but it needs to be gluten-free, and can you please include some kind of protein in it? So Cicely, of course, since I'm vegan, I included some plant protein, and it's always hard for me to find protein for my kids because it'll include animal products or milk. Which is an animal product. They are even some of the vegan things like flax seeds and all that stuff that my kids can't do flax seeds. It just makes them very ill, throwing up, all of that. So I found one today, believe it or not, at Walmart, and it's organic plant protein, and it has 15 grams in each serving, and one serving is 2 scoops. So hang on with me. Let's try this out, see if we can get some rockin' pancakes. So I'm gonna start with 2 cups of flour. That's how much my mom always uses. Aren't these like the cutest little measuring cups I found? So I use Bob Red Mill's gluten-free flour mix. And so that's about 1 cup there. And I'm gonna do another cup. My mom usually in her pancake recipe includes cornmeal, and I always ask her, why do you put cornmeal in it? Well, when you're not using egg, and she's like, sometimes it can get kind of icky with pancakes, so she just puts it in there for a little bit more texture. Today I didn't do that, and I'm going to see how it works because I don't really know a lot about gluten-free flour, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that I can show you this video. That the pancakes will turn out good. All right, so I did 2 cups of gluten-free flour here, and now I'm going to do, I always do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is the stuff that will make your pancakes rise. 1, 2. And then I'm gonna do a teaspoon of salt. It's kind of is it a whole teaspoon or half a teaspoon? This is probably too much. My mom cracked me up behind the camera. She said, that's too much. Yeah, I think it's a half a teaspoon. So let's not kill everybody with some salt. Forgive me. I'm gonna put a half a teaspoon of salt. Boom, booyah. And that's my dry stuff. And I'm gonna, I always put a little bit of sugar in this. I know moms, you can not put sugar if you want to, but I do. And I put about a tablespoon of sugar in it. So I'm gonna do that. And then now I am looking for something to just whisk these ingredients together real quick to mix the dry stuff together. And the pancakes are so quick, they should not take you any time to make. And if you have people who like a lot of fruit, my kids for some reason don't like a lot of fruit in their pancakes. Okay, so there's a scoop that comes in here. This is the part that I am kind of unsure about. Lord, give me grace. But I'm going to do 2 scoops of this plant protein powder, sorry. And the other thing I was looking for when I was looking for some protein powder was something that had a taste to it, that had maybe vanilla, but I couldn't, so guess what? We're gonna put in a little bit of vanilla, because sometimes protein powders can taste like vitamins. Am I the only one who thinks that? I'm probably not. So I don't know that we want a vitamin tasting pancake, but we'll see what this turns out like, okay? So I'm mixing it all in. And now I'm gonna put a 1/4 cup of oil. And you don't have to use what I'm using. You can use an oil of your choice, but this is what I use. 1/4 cup of oil, just so we don't have some dry pancakes. And this part, I kind of never really measure. My mom always says, just do it until it looks like a pancake consistency. So today, right here in the video with you, we will try and figure out how much a pancake consistency looks like. And then I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Because I like vanilla. If you don't like vanilla, you can always omit something. I mean, it's not like a necessary item in this recipe, but what you can't omit, obviously, is the flour and the milk and the oil. All right, so I'm gonna start off with about a cup of soy milk. And I am singing. I don't know why I sing everything, but I do. All right, so that's a cup of soy milk, and let's just start singing. You can totally put blueberries in here, and if you're feeling really blueberries, strawberries, people do banana pancakes. Let's give it, I'm gonna say a whole nother cup, because this flour, and because maybe I added that protein powder to it, it's really kind of thick and clumpy. So see that, so that's 2 cups, guys. And I am going to say that I'm gonna need a little bit more. And if you didn't want to be as old school as me, you could certainly have used a KitchenAid or some kind of beater, because this is a little bit stiff. Hang on 1 second, I'll be back. I'm gonna grab some more soy milk because this one's done. All right, so I'm back, and this time, look what I found in the fridge. Ta-da! Vanilla soy milk. So now I have about a 1/2 cup, and I'm gonna mix that in to see if we can get this to loosen up a bit and start looking more like some pancakes instead of mashed potatoes. Ungood. All right, boy, I don't know, guys. Maybe I should have just used, well, that's a little bit better. That's a little better. I should have gone for 3 cups total. I'm just gonna get brave and put another 1/2 cup. And if you want to, I'm sure you could probably use water too to like thin this out a little bit more, but I'm learning in this very episode. No shame in my game. Hey! If we get a good pancake out of it, it will not be all for naught. All right, guys. And I think this vanilla soy milk is gonna make it taste unbelievably delicious. Now that time, I think we got more to a pancake consistency. I think we're doing good. And now, the only thing is to try and drop a few and see how they turn out. All right, I'll beat this a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go and I'll take you and let you see how they drop, and if they drop good or not. All right, see you in a second. So I've had to make a couple of changes to this recipe. Remember, instead of 2 cups of milk, you now need 3. And I do recommend the vanilla soy. This is all new for me. Maybe you have a protein that tastes better. I've never used the protein powder that I use, because my kids, I told you, I'm using this like I'm a teacher. But my kids have allergies to like flax seeds and all the milk and stuff that's usually in protein, and even some of the plant proteins I have to be careful. But I found one today that's made of quinoa. As I talk, I just want to show you that I have dropped some more pancakes, and I realized in error that it's not a half teaspoon of salt that you need. It is a full teaspoon of salt after all. And I went back and I added 1 more teaspoon of baking powder to see if I could get them to be a little bit fluffier. And so far, I think that it's working. And this is what they kind of look like. Isn't that pretty? Those are pretty. Now keep in mind, it's like people always ask me, you know, like, uh-oh, I'm burning them this time, you know, about cheese. Like, how do you live without the cheese? And I did add some blueberries to mine. Uh-oh, these are looking really pretty. Maybe you don't want to burn them like I'm kind of doing, but these are pretty. I generally like my pancakes to have this color and not the dark color. But I know somebody in my family who likes them kind of burned. That's my mom. She stays cracking me up behind the camera because the faces she makes are hilarious. So anyways, I think, guys, that this is going to be a good recipe. I have to I totally need a blog so that you can just go and find every recipe, because I told you I'm still the one that's editing these videos, and sometimes I put the recipes in the comments. I might do that for this so that you can get it easier. But if you're not following me on Facebook or Instagram, you need to do that, because sometimes I put recipes on there if I can't get a chance to make a video and I come up with something that's just delicious. Cicely, you can make this and don't hold me to it if it's not good. Hopefully Anthony will love these pancakes. If it's not good, I'll keep trying until I find a good recipe, or I'll keep trying until I come up with a good recipe, all right? And guys, if you try, please do me a favor, try this out. Let me know if you like it, and leave comments in the comment section, obviously, on this video. And as usual, I'd love it if you share this video, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All right, until next time, I'll see you on Chef Mommy right here.